Welcome to the Quick Stop F1 podcast. My name is Nyasha and you could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. We appreciate that. On this post-qualifying day, I am here with a friend looking good in her Lewis Hamilton merch. Oh God, that shit looks great.
It's amazing.
I
feel
making my shit look kind of cheap right now.
No.
Well done to you. Looking great. Hello, Tasha.
Hi, how's it going?
I got the sound effects correct.
On point today.
First
Yeah.
time. I'm so happy. How are you doing? You're currently in America, so what time is it over there?
It is 4:08 in the morning. It's a nice
4:08. No, that
4:08.
is dedication.
I know. But I would only do this for you, so it's worth it. Yeah.
Oh, you're so nice. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone at home. If you're watching this, make sure, if you're listening to this, give us a 5-star review on Spotify, Apple Podcast reviews, subscribe to this video and comment. Jermaine, what do you think about qualifying that just took place at the Australian Grand Prix? Tasha, before we get into it, what did you think? Are you a fan of Australia? What time does it start on your side of the world?
So the race will start at 1 a.m. here, which is why I'm up at 4, because, why not? If you're up at 1, you might as well stay up till 4. But yeah, I don't know, quali, I don't know, up until Q3 didn't get really interesting. It felt like it just kind of went by the numbers. People that we expected to kind of drop out kind of dropped out, and then toward the end is where it got pretty good. The last 4 minutes or so, it was the hopium was real. So yeah.
Oh my God, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm excited about qualifying for the first time in
a long time.
So long.
Yeah.
It was so good to feel alive. But I just, before we get into qualifying, some stuff happened this weekend, and it feels like there's, although there was a quiet couple weeks since the last race, it feels like it all kind of came to a crescendo this week with a guest in the F1 paddock who decided to make his, I wouldn't say long-awaited return, but he returned. Michael Masi, is seen in the F1 paddock for the first time since Abu Dhabi 21. For those who don't know, that was a race director who made the decision to essentially let the unlapped cars go between Max and Lewis at Abu Dhabi. Some would say it was a human error. I say he fucking fix the whole thing. But that is neither
the whole shit in race,
yeah. I don't want to talk about that. So I guess, what are your thoughts on that? Because it's very weird. A lot of people seemed quite
I
happy
thought I
to
was
see
hallucinating when the photos came up through my Twitter feed. I was like, I know that's not who I think it is. Smiling and schmoozing with the I'm like, wait a minute, am I on crack? You know what I mean? Am I having a crack dream? What's going on? For real, I was very shocked to see him, and like you said, more shocked that people were kind of welcoming him, wanting to shoot the shit with him and check on him, see how he's doing, all this stuff. And I'm just it's not a good look for F1. I'm sorry, it's just not a good look. And I was
it's
amazed that they had him there. Yeah.
The nerve,
the audacity,
the audacity. I just, what the fuck are you
strolled
doing here,
up
bro?
in that shit like he owned the joint. I was like, you got a lot of nerve, a lot of nerve,
a lot of nerve. It's when your mate is having a party, and then maybe I don't know, their ex just walks in and
just strolls in. You're like, uh-oh.
What are you doing here, man?
It's about to be some drama. Yeah. That's how it felt.
Honestly.
Yeah.
I think it's indicative or symbolic of F1 and just how, look, we had earlier in the week, F1 exhibition opened up and they've got the No Michael No mugs in
nuts,
to sell, right? And then on top of that, we've got a situation where he's there doing work with supercars, and that's his role. And obviously supercars are at the Australian Grand Prix, but anyone else would be, if I'm like walking past my ex's house, or if I'm in there, you know what I'm doing? I'm covering my face. I'm walking around like, oh my God, I hope they do not see me.
Like, please.
This guy's there like, hey, g'day. Hi, guys.
I get like, that's
what's going on?
I honestly, I'm like, truly like, please, if God would have given me just like a fourth of the audacity that man has, like I might be able to like achieve my dreams faster or something. I don't know, like
right?
The secondhand embarrassment that I feel seeing him there, like it just, I cannot like overstate it, like how crazy of a vibe that is. Like you just have no like remorse, no couth, like no, just
couth.
Like
he's couthless.
Like no couth, like come on. Like I get embarrassed about stuff from like middle school, and I'm in my 30s. You know what I mean? You ever just sit there minding your business and like a memory pops up of you just like existing, and you're like, man, that was embarrassing. And I would never want to relive that. And so like to see somebody like come through, and people are going to bring up Abu Dhabi. It's not like people are going to be like, hey, how was your week? Like,
yeah.
People want to know what's good. So it's like, that's, to me, I'm just like, it really does require like some ungodly levels of audacity to show your face like that, and just like nothing's wrong.
I just I don't understand how we're in a sport where the biggest scandal that has ever happened in your sport, or one of, in modern days, because you'll have some old people be like, whoa, why don't you remember Suzuka 89? And like, okay, I get it. Like, but, yeah, come on. Like, so, but, you'll have people who, this is the biggest scandal that's ever happened. He's essentially, absolutely robbed the person in the paddock, the person in the sport right now who has achieved the most, disrespected him to the highest level. You're selling merchandise celebrating that event.
Right.
He's now rolling around like like nothing's happened.
Right.
And it's just like, at what point? And look, there is no point where Lewis will ever be respected in the level that he should be respected. Right. But it is, look, we were speaking on the Patreon, right, about how we feel about black people in F1 and the kind of similarities we feel in the real world compared to, I don't want to say the real, because F1 is the real world. It's a fucking bubble of just, I don't know, like white privilege. I don't know anyone who could do so bad at their job and then it just walks back
failing upwards. Like I couldn't even imagine it in my like wildest dreams, like being able to do that. It's freaking nuts.
I can't believe it.
It's nuts.
I mean, it's like, I said some nasty things about Daniel Ricciardo. I didn't even say nasty things. I said some things about Daniel Ricciardo on a podcast. People were like, he should be fired.
Lost your mind
from his own podcast. But like, that's the attitude everyone else has towards me.
Right.
But this guy, Michael Masi, is able to just walk back in, and I find it incredible.
And also be the chairman of another like another league in motorsport.
He's got a job. Like, he's got a job. They didn't even fire him from like, it's like, you are so bad, like, you fucked up so bad that you cannot possibly hold a position. They're like, you know what, we'll just put you in some slower cars.
Right.
And we'll give you more time to be able to make decisions. But it gives credence to the fact that, look, I know that man, and I hate to rehash all of this stuff, but I know that man has so much dirt on the FIA, Formula One, about what happened that day, that if they were to sack him, he would like not sign that NDA, and he would just go on a national book tour telling everything about how he was part of the biggest fix in the world.
Right.
I don't care. And people call us conspiracy theorists. It's like, why would anyone cheat? Hello, a whole team crashed their car to get their driver to win. Like, people have stolen documents. Like this sport is not above cheating.
There's lots
Red
of
Bull
espionage.
literally preached across cap. Like, I just don't understand.
They bought a lot of sandwiches.
So many sandwiches. Like, the catering budget's just gone.
Everybody was hungry. We had to order Uber Eats, like, you know.
Right. So many late nights.
Right.
Late nights at the studio. We just had to, you know what I mean?
You know, burning the midnight oil.
So much chicken teriyaki and rice. I guess final thoughts on that. I mean, they're saying, Ted just did a notebook now, and they're saying that FIA are potentially looking at him to come back and work with the current race director as he needs help. I mean, I feel like that's beyond the realms of possibility. But I mean, do you think that potentially we could see a return for Michael Masi?
I mean, just the way that they operate, I believe that it's 100% possible, just because no one has any shame, apparently. You know, no matter, you would think with all of the newfound kind of fans and like all the good PR for the sport, that they would want to at least make it look like they care, that this is probably one of the most egregious acts that has occurred. You know, they would try to at least play a part in making it look like they were trying to do something, you know, better the sport. But, you know, it just seems like they're very much okay with the status quo. And I mean, it's interesting that for like a year, pundits and like, you know, F1 social media personalities and stuff were telling us to like move on and forget about it. And now there's mugs. Now Michael Masi's like strolling in the paddock, you know, to like the Bee Gees and shit. So it's like, it is very interesting that everybody wants to move on from it. And yet it seems like everybody is also okay with, you know, ushering in the disrespect every chance they get. So, yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
If I don't know how Lewis stays so calm and poised.
I think about this a lot. I'm like, whoever his sports psychologist is, whoever his like Reiki master is, his yoga instructor, like they need to write a book, because I would be raging every day, and he rightfully could be doing that. I do think it's like admirable that he stays kind of even keel, but I also think it's incredibly sad that he has to do that, and we know why, because the minute he shows any level of you know, any emotion that's not like him smiling and being gracious, it's the angry black man narrative. But he has every right to be. From like left, right, and center, they just are always disrespecting him. It's little digs, it's big stuff. It's like, I don't know how he does it. I truly don't. So yeah.
No, me either. And someone goes off on Twitter at me, I'm like, but he's going, it's like I can't even
send
imagine.
Me an email I don't like, and I'm trust me, he will be dealt with. Like,
so no, 100%. Well, look. From one grubby little man to another. Fernando Alonso.
Yeah.
This guy can't stop opening
running his mouth.
Mouth, bro. Like I just
he needs to be on like Real Housewives or something. Like he is definitely better suited for like reality TV. He's running his damn mouth all the time.
He's so sassy. Like, Fernando Alonso is constantly like, Mercedes, Lewis. Like,
girl, get a hobby. Get a job.
I mean, get a job. Like, you have a really nice job. Like, you're doing...
Focus on that, yeah.
Focus on that. You know, if Fernando Alonso was like an influencer, he'd just be tweeting like every 2 seconds, man, haters are trying to get to me, but I'm just haters this, haters that. It's just like, bro, like you're literally having the time of your life right now. Like, I don't understand. Like,
never happy. It's crazy. You're in an amazing car. Your car came like out of nowhere. It was a year out from like having almost the worst season that you could have possibly had, and then now it's like a fucking beast, and you're not happy. Like, why aren't you happy?
Well, yeah, but you know why? Because in his heart, he's still harboring so much hate for Lewis Hamilton. He's come out with some comments earlier this week in L'Equipe magazine in France. So he's in France. As a Spanish man, he's in France talking about a British driver before they go race in Australia. This guy is just, honestly, he's so all over the place. Like, do you mean, he is like the new age Christopher Columbus. Like,
truly.
But he's come out and said, basically, you know, what's happening with Lewis Hamilton now, in that, you know, him not being able to show his pace is, you know, this is what happens when Lewis is in a normal car. You know, he made comments about the car being quick, the Red Bull being quicker than any car that he's seen, and Alonso referenced the 2014, 2015 Mercedes cars, and said that Lewis must be losing his memory as he gets older with age.
Yeah.
I mean, Fernando, I mean, what is the need? And I know the thing is, reporters ask Fernando about Lewis Hamilton because they know he'll say something.
Absolutely.
So it's not like he's just waiting. I'll shoot him that bell.
Right.
He's not just waiting to say stuff. But do you ever see a world where Fernando Alonso just says, you know what, guys, no comment, or just gives like a political, Lewis is a great driver, he's doing great, let's move on. Like, but he always takes the bait, and we get these comments.
Always takes the bait. I feel like we're never going to see that because hell hasn't frozen over yet. So he's always going to take the opportunity to like take little digs at Lewis unprovoked. I mean, if Lewis is talking about the Red Bull car, what do you have to do with it? You know what I mean? Like, that would be a perfect chance to be like, no comment, you know?
Yes, exactly.
So it seems a lot like, and I don't know if you have caught these vibes, but I feel like he's become a little bit of like a Red Bull Max like apologist, sort of. Like, he's always like defending Max and like coddling the Red Bull team. Like, focus on your own team. Like, what is your deal?
Stand up.
Like, for real, what is going on?
Like, honestly, it's like, I think he sees a little bit of himself in Max. Like, he sees like this young, bad vibes little kid
Right.
who hates Lewis Hamilton. He's like, I was just like you.
Like, we're there, same, yeah.
I see you. I see you. Representation
He's living
matters, guys.
through Max, yeah.
He is, right? And I think he said earlier, like, there was a quote you said where it was like, you know, the only person on the grid that, you know, I look forward to racing is Max, or I don't think I can race as Max. Max is in a different league. It's like, bro, you're 42,
you're
like simping on
a
mid-20s.
You
like,
weaken the knees, stand up, yes.
Like, come on, stand up, bro. Go on, simp for someone your own age.
Like Max will run off the road the second that he gets a chance to. Like, come on, please.
Man. I can't wait.
You know it's coming. You know it's coming.
I need it. My soul needs it. But look, let's leave off Fernando because, sorry. Oh my God. Let's leave off Fernando because we had a qualifying session, and actually, I wanted to pull you up on something you said earlier because you said that. I know, yeah. No. Well, yeah. Earlier
it's different when it's my own.
Yeah. Some things you said earlier, where you said that Sergio, you said that everyone kind of went through qualifying and it was an easy process and we were kind of waiting to the end, but there was one big exit from qualifying, and that was Sergio Perez, who beached his car in the gravel trap, and he is going to start from the back of the grid. Sergio this earlier was saying, you know, I'm looking forward to it. We're going to be given equal cars. We're going to be able to race. And Red Bull just said, actually.
Like, well, I'm going to stop you right there,
Whoa, now. Too much dip in your chip.
Literally, you need to go ahead and slow down, partner. So this also reminds me, I need to change my fantasy league information because Sergio is not about to get me messed up for this week. But yeah, I mean, he kind of had like a weird FP3 as well. So it felt like the vibe sort of rolled into quali. I mean, I wasn't expecting it to be the literal second he drove onto the track, you know, but definitely he was complaining about like problems with his car, and I think like the first few minutes of FP3 he was in the garage. So it was like, oh, because the day before he was doing great, like he was doing fine, you know, standard day at the office for them. So yeah, I don't know if calls were made, you know, this is me in my tinfoil hat, I don't know, because I'm like, they're what, like a Max and him are a point apart in the standings right now, so I don't know, I just think it's interesting. I don't know.
It's interesting, right? Just, you know, it would be convenient.
All of a sudden, we can't fix the brakes or, you know, whatever's going on. Like, it's interesting. Yeah. Oh no. I know, like, they're in the garage, like, oh no, what a shame. Oh, Checo. Right. Oh, what a shame. Oh, okay, don't worry. No, the Christian, it'll be okay. Christian Horner was doing an interview after qualifying, and he said that, you know, well, Max was able to come from 15th to second in the last race. So yeah, you know, hopefully, you know, hoping for the same from Checo. Right.
I mean, these circuits are a little bit different.
Just a little bit,
yeah, Australia is notoriously difficult to overtake.
Yeah.
So, you know, if they were going to choose a time to just fuck that car up, then this would be a good time. This is a good time to do it. I mean, it's bad for Checo. I mean, he's now looking at. I mean, unless there's safety cars, he's, you know, I guess points is probably the best thing he's going to be able to hope for.
Yeah. I mean, it's interesting. Yeah, I guess we'll see what we can do. What he can do, he's been basically...
What we can do.
Yeah, I mean, listen. I do want Checo. I am kind of rooting for him low-key to just go rogue this season. Yeah. I think Red Bull heard me tell him that, and was like, nah, we are not having any of that. So... if he wants to go rogue from P19, he can go ahead and have at it. But like, he's definitely not going to be in a position to win. I mean, I definitely didn't think that they were going to start this early. Would be on race 3, like 4, like, you know what I mean? Like, but you know, that's how it goes. We'll see.
That's how it goes. And look, it is. It's the third race of the season, and they. My view is that after the last race, there were all those pictures of Jos Verstappen, like looking sad.
Right.
And, like, I think Checo's dad has been like reposting stuff on Facebook. Checo's dad is so sassy. Like, he's reposting all of like the videos of Jos Verstappen. They're like, when Max wins, look at Checo's dad,
embracing
and when like
him,
Checo wins, and when Checo wins, look at, and he's like reposting it on Facebook. He's like such a Facebook dad, like
seriously,
so boomer. But I know Josh saw that and he was like, okay. Let me tell you,
we got beef now.
I'm a present father. Okay, I'm here by my son's
I know
side.
You can't relate.
Some of us are here supporting our kids 24/7.
Right.
I
love my son.
Living vicariously.
Yeah,
I love my son. So I know he went in the back of that car just when no one was looking. Just give
unplug
a quick
some shit.
Yeah, just fucking took some shit out the back of the car.
Yas was not having it. I mean, and again, when you talk about like, you know, conspiracies, it does look crazy that like just the race before, everybody's got a sour face because Checo won, and then Checo, I think, tweeted something, some type of encouraging message, and then he basically was like, I want to be champion. And then that tweet disappears, and then he reposts the same stuff minus that. And so it's like, the man can't even be like ambitious on the team. Like, even if you don't want him to win, he can't even be ambitious. Like, man, that's tough, like you know?
That's a toxic relationship.
It's very toxic.
Do you know what I mean?
I'm looking at him like, you know, I know you, these are your goals. I mean, it's like part of me, I feel bad watching it. Like, I don't know how else to say, but like, I see a grown man who's like clearly, I don't know if he's being naive. I don't know if he thinks that they're going to like let him win on merit. Like, it's not going down like that. And so it's just like his hopium. It's kind of like, oh, it's like watching a little, puppy get hit by a car, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's wholesome, but kind of sad to watch it,
No, it's actually really sad.
Like, oh, he thinks they're gonna let him win.
Poor Checo.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, he knows what he's doing there, though. That's the thing. And like you said, like, you make a deal with the devil, like when Ariel gave up her voice to try and get a man and some legs, like in The Little Mermaid.
Right.
You've got to balance it out. Like, they've taken away your voice, but, are you... Yeah, fight back, fight back. But also, you that deal is a bad deal.
Yeah.
They're never going to let you do what you need to do. So, yeah. Not great.
Yep.
Not great for Checo. He'll start last. Other results we have are Valtteri Bottas in 19th, out-qualified again by Zhou Guanyu.
Yeah.
Valtteri's going on a national mullet tour at the moment.
Like, that mullet is really putting in work right now. Like,
yeah,
he's changing hearts and minds with that hair, but like...
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
But also, it's like you're getting dusted by your
I'm going to need you to focus.
Team.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, it's not quite where it needs to be right now. And I think that is something to look out for. Also, though, he's another one. Like, talking a lot about exes on this, man. I need to heal. But it's like, when people split up from someone and then they're on social media and they go on like a revenge body and like glowing up, and he's like just wanted to tell anyone who will listen, like, I'm doing better now.
Right. That's what it feels like.
It's like, like, Joey,
like, are you?
Feels like, it's like, are you okay? Like, Joey, do you miss him?
Talk?
Like, do you?
Yeah.
Do you talk? Like, do you miss him?
Yeah, I mean, he's got the revenge haircut.
Yeah, it literally.
He's wearing less, going out more. Like, I'm seeing him like all over the place. Like, he's making coffees in Australia. Like.
Yeah.
All right,
wow.
yeah.
Like thirst traps. Like
booty cheeks out. Like, this man he's going through it. Yeah.
He's like, we see you, Valtteri. Like, those are the classic signs of someone going through it. You can't trick me. I did it. Okay, I did it. I broke up with someone. I went to the gym. I was posting pictures half naked in my garden. Okay, it's fine.
With the hose in your hand.
I get it. Yeah, right. I was like, man. On reflection, I was
doing
sad.
The most.
I was sad. Yeah. And Logan Sargent rounding out the Oscar Piastri,
Oscar, hometown hero.
Just missing out on a Q2 appearance. Looks like he downloaded Daniel Ricciardo's bad luck at his Grand Prix. Oh my God,
Lando too.
Yeah.
The curse of Daniel Ricciardo is real.
Yeah, everywhere. Just anything he touches. Maybe he touched Sergio's car.
Meanwhile, right, just ran his fingers across it before they started. Like, good luck, mate.
Probably just like wistfully, like just touching the car, like, should be me.
Right.
He looks really sad.
Yeah.
Like
another man going through it.
He's going through it. I don't know why you would like come back and just sit on the pit wall when like you're not gonna get to drive. That
they got this man making TikToks like.
Honestly, you're better than
Daniel.
that, Daniel. You're better than that.
Come on, Daniel. Like,
Daniel, come on.
They're not even good TikToks. Like, it's just
no,
like no creative direction, just vibes. They're like, you're funny, be funny. Like, action. And
Yeah. Give us something good.
Right.
Like,
Like, damn.
just, damn, that is a
Comes the
fall
brakes.
from.
But I mean, he's kind of got the last lap because he's $20 million richer, and he's just out here vibing. So, and he does have to drive that McLaren. So I mean,
no, exactly. I feel like his type of happiness is like, I feel like he's happy, but he's like, I don't know, like Drake on Take Care happy. Like he's happy, but he's
broken on the inside.
He wants more.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? He's Marvin's Room Drake.
Right.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, oh, bless him.
Yeah.
So that was Q1 and into Q2. Like you say, not really much going on here. Standard fare.
Yeah.
Nick DeVries being dusted by Yuki Tsunoda again. Lando Norris not making Q1. Man,
I thought
that is.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say I thought Q2 I wrote some notes because I was like,
oh, please.
I have like 2 brain cells, so if I don't make notes, you know.
Yeah, give us the notes.
But I actually was kind of paying attention to Alex Albon a little bit. Like he's somebody that flies under the radar, at least for me, just because I think in terms of like the grid, the personalities, he's kind of like a subdued kind of character. He just comes in, drives, like minds his business. But lately I feel like he's been just driving the hell out of the Williams. Like it's been kind of, it's not like amazing results, but he's been, near the points. He's been, getting points. He's getting into like he's in Q3, I believe. He got P8.
He was in Q3, yeah, P8. No,
so
he's doing a phenomenal job, and I think he said on one of the interviews afterwards, and it was like, obviously the progress of the Aston Martins has kind of, everyone's focusing on them, but with Williams they've made really good strides, and they're now able to try and qualify in the top 10 like every race, which is incredible. And like for him to do it at Bahrain, I think he might have missed out in Jeddah, but then to do it again here, or to have a chance to do it, and these are different circuits, is great. And I think I can like Alex Albon now he's not in the Red Bull program. Like when he was in the Red Bull program, I was like, you're not, I don't like you, but he is now, I think he's flourishing in a team where he knows he's the top dog in that seat. He is showing incredible pace, and he's one to look out for. It will be interesting to see how long he stays at Williams, because obviously I think we all know he's better than that seat. So it'll be interesting to see like what seats might come up in the future. But for now, you're right. He's doing an incredible job. I
was reading an article he wrote on the Players Tribune. I don't know if you've read any. So
I love those articles.
Somebody had just brought it up, I think, on a TikTok comment or something, and I didn't read it. So it was about his time at Red Bull. It was about him leaving F1 and then coming back. So it definitely feels like to me like he has a purpose, and it's interesting seeing that he's in a lower ranked team, but he's doing everything he can to show like leadership, consistency, and like making progress. So that he stood out to me just for that. I was like, is that a Williams logo I see? Like, okay, like, so I guess, it is standard in a lot of sense, but there was some little surprises here and there. So he was one of them.
No, there were.
Yeah.
No, he's doing really, really well.
Yeah.
And it'll be interesting to see from 8th position. He's pretty much, behind the top 4 teams. So he's essentially best of the rest.
Hit the gas, buddy.
And in front of Gasly, who's qualified ahead of Ocon. So Gasly does look to have the edge on Ocon in qualifying a little bit, other than the first race of the season, but there was issues there. But and also getting into Q3, one Nico Hulkenberg.
Yeah, another one that was like under the radar. I was like, okay, Nico, I see you.
Yeah.
Kind of messed up Lewis later, but whatever, it's fine.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
What
is your problem? Yeah.
My guy.
Right.
Like,
come on now. Like, how many more times are you gonna get into Q3? Like, focus on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't worry about Lewis.
Like, come on.
Worry about yourself.
What's annoying is that that's pretty much the directors just refused to show Lewis now.
Yeah.
So that was like pretty much the only part of his lap that we get to see.
Saw, yeah.
Is him being held up.
Yeah. By Nico. Like, it's crazy.
Not a great start to Lewis's last lap. But look, I guess the headline of the day is Mercedes 2 and 3. When you woke up, but maybe when you stayed up.
I was up.
When you stayed up.
I was up. Yeah.
Look, it's up and it's stuck. Clearly.
Yes.
Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. How? I guess coming into qualifying though, were you expecting like the Mercedes to be second and third on the grid?
Absolutely not, because Lewis's body language, his sort of interviews kind of indicated that, you know, he wasn't happy and like he couldn't, you know, get the car to do what he wanted it to do. I think he talked about like the positioning of their seats right now. I think it's like more forward on the car versus more central. So he's having like to make some adjustments, and he just didn't sound enthused. So then you look at like everybody else in FP1, FP2. I mean, I guess Lewis was the top of FP1, or, you know, in the top 3.
Yeah.
So I feel like the car has like its moments where it's like, ooh, it gives you that little bit of like, you know, hope, you know, but it's also like, it is kind of disappointing at the end of it. It's unremarkable at the end of the day. I think that's what I wrote in my notes. Like, I was not super enthused by the progress of the car so far this season. But yeah, the P2 and P3 just came out of nowhere, and I was like, oh, and it was on pace, you know, so it's like,
sorry, 2 seconds. My TV is just
watching
fucking
World Star?
turned on
I'm just kidding.
out of nowhere. What the fuck is going on here? I fucking turn off, bro.
Technology is revolting against you.
You know what it is? Like, I had it paused. From like the Sky F1 stuff, and I think if you pause it for like too long, it just starts playing.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Like,
It's like, don't forget about me.
Yeah, no,
Exactly.
no, but you're totally right. It was like Lewis's demeanor has been. I mean, it was up and down. Obviously, FP2, FP1, you know, like I said, he was in the top 3.
Yeah.
I think top 2 actually. And then, you know, you're looking at a situation where he doesn't like the car in FP2, and then FP3. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was asleep. But that lap when he went like provisional pole,
Yeah, that was crazy.
I honestly I felt like my heart just burst into like I was a Mario, and I had an ice box where my heart used to be. And then all of a sudden, I was like, yes, Team LH!
Right.
We
back in this, yeah.
We're back! Oh, it was incredible. It was so
like
cool
jolt
to
of
see.
Energy. I was like, oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm with it. Like, I'm feeling it. So, yeah, it was definitely a surprise. I was not expecting that. Like, did it feel like they were sandbagging, or like... I mean, I don't know if that's the right term for this, because...
No, but it's just like... It just shows that they have no clue about this car at all. Like, they're turning up to places expecting... Well, they turned up in the first race expecting to be fast. It was slow. They've turned up to this race expecting to be slow. It's reasonably fast.
Right.
But also, I think... What people don't remember, like people forget about Mercedes, is 2 things. 1, they are able to develop cars. The car is bad, but they're able to understand cars and make cars better. We saw that last season. We've seen that even when the car is good. The other thing about Mercedes is our drivers are actually good.
Like,
guys.
amazing pairing, yeah.
Like, we have the best driver pairing on the grid. It's not a debate. It's not, like, do you mean... When it's not Aston Martin when we're fighting the boss's son,
exactly.
respectfully. Like, doing it's not like respectfully to Perez as well. And like the Ferrari drivers, they're not on that level.
No.
We've got drivers that will extract the best out of the car, and we know
consistently
that
do that. Yeah,
exactly, and that allows them to develop the car even further. So, look, I'm absolutely loving life. George did a great job.
Yeah,
I know some people don't like it, but I
the
think
truth. Yeah,
people need to realize like this kid is good.
Yeah,
personality. Okay, maybe he's a little bit of a snake.
Yeah,
maybe he's a bit of a snake. Like, I get it, but as a driver, he is great, and he is going to push Lewis this season, especially if Lewis is not comfortable with the car. Now, if Lewis was comfortable with the car, he's sticking a 10th.5 on George every race. It doesn't matter. But at this point in time, George is more comfortable with the car, and I guess there needs to be questions at Mercedes about why that is. But look, if Lewis is happy with P3, then I'm happy.
He likes it. I love it. That's how I feel. Yeah,
I love it.
I fucking love it.
Go.
Yeah, he seemed delighted. I mean, he seemed delighted over the radio. So,
yeah, he seemed
yeah.
great, and in his interview afterwards, he referenced his 2007 first lap when he went round the outside of Fernando Alonso into the first corner. So
I thought that was a nice little subtle response to Alonso, who basically, in that quote from earlier, essentially ended it by saying like, maybe he has a bad memory because he's getting old or something like that.
Yeah.
So Lewis pulled it from the archives from 2000. He's like, he's like, I don't know if anybody remembers or something like that.
I don't know if anybody remembers that. Yeah, he's so like his shade. It's like
that's that Capricorn shade.
Oh, really?
Yes, that's that 4-dimensional chess shade. Like, that's where it comes from.
I didn't know about that because I'm a Virgo and all I know is
it's
blunt
that earth
instruments.
Sign. You know that too. I feel like Virgos are like diet Capricorns. Like y'all are like, but we have differences, but we're similar. But Toto's a Capricorn, Lewis is a Capricorn, I'm a Capricorn. So I just feel I know what they're going through because it's like
feel that energy.
Yeah, and that's I think part of their personality of like we're gonna do it on track. Everybody wants revenge, blood, like the bloodlust is real.
Yeah.
But they try to play that long game of like, revenge is success. So that's, I think, what they're gunning for, and why they are so maddeningly calm about this whole situation when all we want to do is like throw tomatoes at people. Like, I just want to like throw rotten eggs at everybody in the paddock, but Lewis wouldn't have approved. So.
I don't think he would. But that's the thing. It's like
because he's also a vegan. So
yeah, exactly. I was gonna say, but also like Lewis is like. I can't remember the tweets when, but they were like, Lewis, if it's okay if you don't want to like be mean and be like on revenge or whatever, like leave that to us.
You drive, I'll be the hater.
You drive, I'll be the hater. Okay, like, do you know what I mean? You do your kumbaya shit. Exactly. We're not on that. Yeah. We're breaking.
I'm not healed. I'm sorry. Yeah.
I'm not. Yeah. I'm toxic.
I'm toxic. Okay. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, look. That rounds out qualifying. And look, we've got Fernando Alonso out qualified in a normal car by Lewis Hamilton.
Hate to see
Hold
it.
that.
Yeah.
Hold that, old man. Okay.
He earned that. Yeah.
You earned that.
That's what you get when you just don't mind your business. Like no one asked you to interject, and now look at you.
Like, do you know what I mean? Yeah. Just mind your business. Yeah. Chill. Relax. And you're here just like, honestly, he needs to relax.
He needs therapy.
He needs therapy. He does. He needs therapy, and he needs
a journal.
Maybe like a journal. Write your thoughts down. Write them down in a place where I don't have to see.
Exactly. Keep a diary because this is getting too personal for me. So
it is.
Keep that
and it's embarrassing. So watching it from the side, like, oh my god, is he talking again? But what else we got? Oh yeah, Carlos Sainz in behind him in 5th, out qualifying Charles Leclerc, who is behind Lance Stroll in 6th.
Yeah, where did the Ferraris go? That kind of shocked me a little bit as well. I was like, why aren't the Ferraris performing the way that they had been essentially?
And this is the thing, like Ferrari, everyone's getting at Mercedes about our performance, but it's like, have you seen Ferrari? Like, they are literally like
still bouncing.
A mess right now. It doesn't look great. Yeah, and that's the thing. Like last season, it was this car that was easy to drive. You could put it anywhere. Like, you know, it worked at every track. This year, it doesn't work at any track. Yeah. And Golden Boy Leclerc's not happy. He's being out qualified by Carlos Sainz. Like, that is not good.
Because Carlos is not that guy, despite his insistence to the contrary. He's just not that guy. So
look, Carlos Sainz, my little Disney prince guy, okay, has some great qualities. He is tenacious. He is adaptable. He has incredible hair.
Amazing hair.
Amazing hair. One lap pace he does not have. And for Charles Leclerc to lose out to him in qualifying just shows how uncomfortable he is in that car. So not great. Yeah. So look, tomorrow, give me like a bold prediction. Like, what do you think is going to happen?
Bold, Lewis P1. The Red Bull eats shit. I don't know. That's all I care about, to be honest. Whatever happens outside of that is not my business, but I would love for Lewis to win. I mean, that's what he wants, and he thinks he can do it, and I believe him. I mean, he's in a great position. I think he can do what needs to be done. So, I mean, let's hope that, the Mercedes strategy wall is also prepared for this mission, but that's another story for another day. But yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I hope Lewis wins. And based on, just the Q3, like, I mean, and I guess their typical race pace, I feel like they're really fast in races. Qualifying is kind of, hit or miss, but they do really well in races. Yeah. So I do feel like it's not too out of the realm that if something happens to the Red Bull universe, help us out. But yeah, because I don't think that George will outperform Lewis tomorrow. Like, I feel like Lewis is faster in the race. So, barring some abnormal situation or a safety car or something, like, I just feel like on pure merit, Lewis has it. So
yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to hopefully a Lewis Hamilton podium. I think that would be awesome. Yeah. I think he's going to outperform George. Actually, my bold prediction is Lewis is going to jump George off the start, and I'm going to give it 5 laps. And George is going to get on the radio and say, guys, is there, can Lewis hurry up a bit? Sorry. Yeah, sorry, I just accidentally pressed that. Oh my God. Don't give me any fire because honestly, I would...
Everybody's gone.
I was actually watching Pulp Fiction last night, and when he accidentally shoots someone in the car, that would be me. So yeah, I think I'm looking forward to hopefully Lewis getting off the line. Being in front of George, and let's see the race pace. And look, those Red Bulls are not perfect. They've got reliability issues. They've got car issues. It's not beyond the realms of possibility for Max to have an issue tomorrow. And if that's the case, it is not. Look, copium.
Anything
oh
can
my
happen,
God,
baby.
It feels so
Anything
good.
Anything can happen.
Oh my God,
inject
anything can happen. Look into my veins.
That first win he gets is going to be just.
Oh my God!
I'm going to ascend. Really? I'm going to be like Max in Stranger Things. Like, it's going to be like me 10 feet levitated off the ground. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited. But look, Tasha, thank you and welcome to the Quick Stop F1 main pod.
Hey, yes, I'm excited.
Yeah, I'm sure. Look, we're going to have you on more and more.
Nice.
And obviously, your proximity to our editor Chris is a big
help. Nepotism, baby.
Yeah, I think you're literally like a nepo. I'm literally going to call you the Quick Stop Nepo, baby.
Right.
That's your nickname. So,
Hey, I love it. I'll
so
take it.
where can people find you?
I'm on Twitter, shit posting like everybody else. At Tasha, the name is spelled down below for you guys because it has like letters and numbers and underscores and. Yeah, I wasn't thinking. I wasn't thinking how that would be when I had to like actually tell somebody like, "Hey, follow me." Just spelled it all weird and called it a day. Yeah. So, but yeah, you can find me there.
No, look, go follow Tasha. She is great,
Thank
and
you.
I am great. Follow Quick Stop
Yes, you
F1. Follow Tandy. She'll be on the main race pod on Tuesday in your ears, and make sure. If you've got this far, give us a like, subscribe, rating on Spotify, and a review on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get podcasts. And guys, remember, and especially tomorrow, no matter what life throws at you, keep it on the black stuff. Goodbye. Look, mate, if you've got this far, clearly you like what we do. So here's a link to subscribe to the Quick Stop F1 family. Give that a click. And here's another link to some more cool on our channel. Sorry, cool stuff. And remember, no matter what happens, keep it on the black stuff. Click the stuff. Click the links. Click the links. Click the links. There. They're there.